Hey guys! We have important news to share with you. On Thursday, the Supreme Court made a decision that directly impacts higher education in the United States. Affirmative action programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina were invalidated, limiting a long-standing practice. We want to know your opinion on this subject, so before we accept, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment expressing your views and subscribe to our channel. Your participation is essential to enrich the debate and strengthen our community. Let's go together on this journey of information and discussion. Supreme Court invalidates affirmative action programs at Harvard and UNC. In past decisions, the court has supported considering race as one factor among many to promote educational diversity. On Thursday, the Supreme Court invalidated affirmative action programs at colleges and universities across the country. The court ruled that racially aware admissions policies at Harvard and the University of North Carolina were illegal, significantly limiting a long-standing pillar of higher education. The vote was 6-3, with the differing opinions coming from the liberal members of the court. Chief Justice John G. Roberts, Jr., writing for the majority, stated, "The admissions programs at Harvard and UNC cannot be reconciled with the guarantees of the Equal Protection Clause. Both programs lack clear and measurable goals that justify the use of race. They inevitably employ race negatively, involve racial stereotypes, and lack meaningful endpoints." Minister Sonia Sotomayor voiced her disagreement on the bench, an unusual gesture that signifies strong disagreement. She argued that affirmative action was vital to dealing with persistent and systematic racial discrimination. The court undermines the constitutional guarantee of equal protection by further entrenching racial inequality in education, which is the foundation of our democratic government and pluralistic society, she wrote in her dissent. The decision will likely result in a more white and Asian student population at elite institutions, while reducing the representation of Black and Latino students. Colleges and universities are expected to review their admissions practices, potentially complicating diversity efforts and limiting opportunities for highly qualified minority applicants. It can also preclude consideration of race in hiring decisions, making it harder for employers to promote diversity. The decision shows the rapid pace at which the court's conservative supermajority is addressing contentious and divisive issues in American society, including abortion, guns, and now race, all within a year. It also raises concerns about the impact of former President Donald J. Trump's court appointments as it abandons more than 4 decades of precedent, potentially undermining the stability of the law and the court's legitimacy. Public opinion on affirmative action is complex, with numbers varying depending on the wording of the questions. However, racially aware admissions programs are generally unpopular, indicating that the ruling may not lead to a backlash similar to that which followed last year's ruling on the constitutional right to abortion. Democrats, including President Biden, criticized the decision as a step backwards. In a televised address shortly after the decision was announced, President Biden urged the country not to consider it the final word on affirmative action. Discrimination still exists in America, he emphasized. Today's decision does not change that. When asked if the court was dishonest, Biden paused before replying, "This is not a normal court." Conservative leaders and advocacy groups cheered the outcome, with some arguing it would promote fairness in the admissions process. Matt Schlapp, president of the American Conservative Union, one of the country's largest conservative groups, said the decision, combined with last year's abortion decision, marked a triumphant return to restore our tattered Constitution. In her dissent, Justice Sotomayor argued that the majority had abandoned principled adjudication. In essence, she wrote, "The 6 unelected majority members of today overthrow the existing order based on their political preferences regarding the nature of race in America, even though it does not align with reality. They too favor a facade of color blindness in a society where race has always mattered and continues to matter in practice and law." Chief Justice Roberts acknowledged that race may still be considered by admissions officers in certain situations, such as university essays. He clarified that nothing in this opinion should be interpreted as prohibiting universities from taking into account the candidate's profile. We've reached the end of this video, but we want to continue this conversation with you. It is an important moment for us to reflect on the instructions of the Supreme Court decision. Therefore, we ask that you leave your like if you found the content interesting, share it with other people who may be interested in this topic and, above all, comment below on your opinions and experiences related to affirmative action. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next videos that will bring more relevant debates. Until here, to the next.